Palestine is a region located in the eastern Mediterranean, primarily in the area known as the Levant. It has a complex history, rich cultural heritage, and has been a focal point of geopolitical conflicts for many decades. The region encompasses modern-day Israel, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. The status of Palestine is a subject of international debate and has been at the center of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict for years. Historically, Palestine has been home to various civilizations and peoples, including Canaanites, Israelites, Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, Crusaders, Ottomans, and British. The region has great religious significance for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It is the birthplace of Jesus Christ and a sacred land for both Jews and Muslims. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Zionist movement emerged, seeking to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine due to its religious and historical significance to the Jewish people. The British mandate for Palestine was established by the League of Nations in 1920, granting Britain temporary administrative control over the area. Following World War II and the horrors of the Holocaust, Jewish immigration to Palestine increased significantly. In 1947, the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, but this plan was rejected by the Arab states and Palestinian leadership. The State of Israel was declared in 1948, leading to a war between Israel and neighboring Arab states. As a result of the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the territory of Palestine was divided. The West Bank came under Jordanian control, and the Gaza Strip came under Egyptian control. Many Palestinians became refugees, displaced from their homes. The status of Jerusalem, a city considered holy by multiple religions, also became a contentious issue. In 1967, during the Six-Day War, Israel occupied the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip. This marked the beginning of the Israeli military occupation of these territories, which continues to this day, although Israel withdrew its military presence from Gaza in 2005. The occupation has resulted in the establishment of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, which are considered illegal under international law. The Palestinian Liberation Organization, PLO, was established in 1964, seeking to represent the Palestinian people and their national aspirations. The PLO, led by Yasser Arafat, engaged in armed struggle against Israel, but also pursued diplomatic efforts to achieve a peaceful solution. In 1993, the Oslo Accords were signed between Israel and the PLO, leading to limited Palestinian self-governance in parts of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Authority, PA, was established as an interim administrative body to govern these areas until a final agreement could be reached. However, the peace process faced numerous obstacles, including issues of borders, settlements, Jerusalem, refugees, and security. The situation in Palestine remains highly complex and volatile. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has resulted in ongoing violence, human rights abuses, and political impasses. Efforts to achieve a two-state solution, with an independent Palestine alongside Israel, have been hindered by a range of factors, including competing national aspirations, security concerns, and disagreement over key issues. The situation in Gaza, in particular, has been characterized by conflict and humanitarian crises. The Gaza Strip has faced multiple Israeli military operations, resulting in significant loss of life and damage to infrastructure. The blockade imposed on Gaza by Israel and Egypt has limited the movement of goods and people, exacerbating the humanitarian situation. Palestinians continue to strive for self-determination, statehood, and the right of return for refugees. The international community has been involved in various peace initiatives and has recognized the need for a negotiated settlement to bring lasting peace and stability to the region. However, finding a mutually acceptable solution that addresses the aspirations of both Israelis and Palestinians remains a significant challenge. The status of Palestine is a matter of international dispute. While many countries and international organizations recognize Palestine as a sovereign state, it does not have universal recognition. Israel considers Jerusalem as its capital and claims sovereignty over the entire city, including the eastern part, which the Palestinians seek as the capital of their future state. Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian Authority, PA, was established as an interim self-governing body in the West Bank and Gaza Strip following the Oslo Accords. The PA has limited powers in terms of governance, security, and administration, but falls short of full sovereignty. It is headed by the Palestinian president and has its own institutions, including the Palestinian Legislative Council. Israeli settlements. Israeli settlements are Jewish communities built in the occupied territories of the West Bank, including East Jerusalem. These settlements are considered illegal under international law as they violate the Fourth Geneva Convention, which prohibits the transfer of an occupying power's population into occupied territory. The expansion of settlements has been a major obstacle to peace negotiations. Security barrier. Israel has constructed a security barrier, often referred to as the Israeli West Bank Barrier or Separation Wall, in the West Bank. Israel argues that it is necessary for security reasons, while Palestinians view it as a land grab and impediment to their movement, dividing communities and separating Palestinians from their agricultural lands, schools, and healthcare facilities. Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip is a densely populated coastal enclave bordered by Israel and Egypt. It has been under Israeli blockade since 2007, when the militant group Hamas took control of the territory. The blockade severely restricts the movement of people and goods, contributing to a dire humanitarian situation. Gaza has also witnessed several conflicts between Hamas and Israel, resulting in significant casualties and infrastructure damage. Refugees. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has resulted in the displacement of a large number of Palestinians. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, UNRWA, estimates that there are over 5 million Palestinian refugees, including those displaced during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War and their descendants. The right of return for Palestinian refugees is a core issue in peace negotiations. International involvement. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has garnered significant attention and involvement from the international community. Various countries, regional organizations, and international bodies have sought to mediate peace negotiations, including the United States, European Union, United Nations, and Arab League. However, reaching a comprehensive and lasting resolution has proven elusive. Popular resistance and diplomatic efforts. Palestinians have engaged in various forms of popular resistance, including protests, demonstrations, boycotts, and civil disobedience, to assert their rights and aspirations. Diplomatic efforts have also been pursued, including attempts to secure recognition of Palestinian statehood, joining international organizations, and seeking support for resolutions condemning Israeli actions. Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a city of great significance to both Israelis and Palestinians. It is home to religious sites sacred to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, including the Western Wall, Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and Al-Aqsa Mosque. The city's status has been a major point of contention in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with both sides claiming it as their capital. The international community has not universally recognized Israel's sovereignty over Jerusalem and considers its final status as a subject for negotiation. Water and resources. Access to water resources is a significant issue in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Jordan River, which flows through the West Bank, is a crucial water source. Palestinians argue that Israel's control over water resources and restrictions on access have negatively impacted their agricultural practices and daily life. Water allocation and management remain contentious issues in peace negotiations. Human rights concerns. Human rights organizations have raised concerns about violations committed by both Israeli forces and Palestinian armed groups. Palestinians have reported instances of land confiscation, home demolitions, restrictions on movement, arbitrary arrests, and excessive use of force by Israeli forces. On the other hand, Israelis have faced security threats, including rocket attacks from Gaza and acts of violence. Upholding human rights and ensuring the protection of civilians is a significant challenge in the region. Peace initiatives. Over the years, several peace initiatives and proposals have been put forward to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. These include the Camp David Summit, 2000, the Arab Peace Initiative, 2002, the Roadmap for Peace, 2003, and the Annapolis Conference, 2007, among others. However, reaching a comprehensive and lasting agreement that satisfies the aspirations of both Israelis and Palestinians has remained elusive. Boycott, divestment, and sanctions, BDS, movement. The BDS movement is a global campaign that advocates for various forms of boycott, divestment, and sanctions against Israel, aiming to pressure Israel to change its policies toward Palestinians. Supporters argue that it is a peaceful means of promoting Palestinian rights, while opponents see it as undermining dialogue and cooperation between Israelis and Palestinians.